what's up? Aaron Bailey coming to you from my office today in Melbourne. So I've been having a few meetings up here at this beautiful B&B here in St Kilda. So this was the meeting spot on a rooftop. I'll see if I can swing it around, show you the sunset tonight. Pretty cool. So you probably can't see it that well, but pretty nice sunset tonight. Clear skies, beautiful weather here in Melbourne. Hey Angie, how you doing? Hey Woodsy. So yeah, beautiful day here in Melbourne. Some great meetings today. Really good meetings today, and what a great office to have them in too. So I think gone are the days where you need the virtual office, the shared office space, even the cafe to a degree. You know, go and get an Airbnb, get it for a great price, go and stay for a few days and knock out your business meetings around the pool, on the rooftop, or in the kitchen. That is how business is done. Hey, how are we, Sumatri, Angie? So I want to title this one, if you're in the network marketing industry, what are the 4 biggest threats to the industry today? And let me know if you think of a few more. I'm not talking about your necessarily individual company or individual business, but the industry. You know, what's the industry under threat for in 2020? I'm not going to say the coronavirus, right, because that'll come and go. At the moment, a lot of people don't want to travel. And so things like Zoom, the Zoom memberships have doubled in the last 90 days. There's always technologies that can help us. That's kind of where the industry was going anyway. A lot less events and a lot more online space, social media, Zooms, video conference calls, that sort of thing. But yeah, with the coronavirus, it's funny watching that literally Zoom has doubled their memberships in the last 90 days. But Corona's going to come and go. Network marketing will last forever. But what I will say, number one, is China. China is a threat to the industry if you are hugely reliant on that particular area. So I know some companies that 100% of their revenues out of China, Chinese-based MLMs, no one's going and doing any party plans or anything like that. But it's amazing how in China at the moment, a lot of people are gathering around in each other's homes. They're not leaving. They're in an apartment block. They're sitting there doing conference calls with their upline in the US or in Australia, and they're still ordering product still getting delivered, product to boost their immune system, everyday average products like toilet paper and so forth, through their network marketing company, online, delivered to the house. So it's pretty interesting. But if you look at the leadership there in China at the moment, they're anti-MLM. And that's not necessarily anti-MLM. What kind of happened was China was a little bit behind the times with things like compliance and making income claims and making health claims. So in China, you could pretty much say anything, right? They were still talking about the cures to cancer and make millions of dollars, and it was mostly going under the radar. So what they did was they clamped down on that sort of talk, that sort of print, that sort of behavior, and network marketing kind of just accidentally fell into that, with distributors being a little bit too visible, saying things they shouldn't be saying. So a lot of network marketing companies got shut down. A lot of direct sales and outside of network marketing as well. People got put in jail. And so that industry is volatile. It's volatile now, obviously, with the virus. It's volatile with their procedures and their laws not being technically legal in China. And every now and again, they do a big blitz. And so that's one of the biggest threats to our industry, is that marketplace. If half of your revenue comes out of there, if all of your revenue comes out of there, if 25% of your revenue comes out of there, and you're greatly reliant on that one marketplace, and that could be China, it could be Russia, it could be America. Maybe America gets shut down with network marketing because of the FTC. You don't want to be reliant on one particular marketplace. So being in one marketplace and not being global, relying on places like China to boost up your revenue, that is certainly one threat to the network marketing industry today. I think one of the biggest threats in recent times is Amazon. Just about every network marketing company, you can find their products being sold on Amazon. And most network marketing companies will say it's non-compliant, we're going to terminate them, but then someone else just pops up and someone else pops up and they try and get the bonuses and hack the comp plan, put it on Amazon, get their money back. There's always groups doing it. There's people doing retail. There's people that just accidentally don't know they shouldn't be doing it and they keep on doing it. It's pretty unfair for the everyday average network marketer, because one of the big objections for people is, well, why would I get it off of you when I can just get it off of Amazon for half the price? And it's pretty hard to come back from that answer when you've got distributors putting it on Amazon. And Amazon don't care. They won't work with the network marketing companies to solve that or work through that. I know 1 or 2 companies that are working with Amazon to actually put product through on the Amazon and put it through the comp plan as volume. That's a pretty smart way to do it. But Amazon is a real threat. And so for me, I want to find products that you just can't put on Amazon. And that's where the big appeal these days is, network marketing companies like iMarkets Live. It's a trading company, right? It's digital. You can't put a product on Amazon because there isn't a product. It's a digital space. And so they protect themselves from that market. They can go global. They're not worrying about FDA, TGA and shipping. So that's a big future of network marketing. You don't want to be at the mercy of places like Amazon, where distributors will and always will put their products on Amazon. So that's a big threat to the industry, probably one of the biggest ones that owners and the DSA talk about today. Also too, the one that I'll word is compliance. So, whether you want to call it FTC or whether you want to call it legislation, is it really the FTC that we're worried about here, shutting down companies for doing pyramid schemes or making health claims or income claims, or is it actually the distributor? That's the problem. So whichever way you look at it, it's compliance. And companies are being shut down, companies are being destroyed, credibility loss, lawsuits, because one distributor makes a health claim, because one distributor makes an income claim. And so again, you want to make sure your distributors are doing the right thing. You also want to make sure it comes from the top down. So if the ownership, if the corporate team, if the leaders are teaching it right, if they have a good compliance team, if they have the policies and procedures in place, and they have a culture where that's not there, and you can tell from the company down based on the wording that's on websites. They've been very careful with what they're doing, but it is a real risk, and it's a real risk to the industry. And we've got companies like Amway and Herbalife to thank, for fighting against, FTC back in the day and winning and sticking up for the industry. But it always remains, on eggshells, which is the next company they're going to look at, which is the next straw they're going to grasp. But hey, that's not the right comp plan. You got too much on auto ship, you got too much up front, your wording's not quite right, we're going to make an example of you. So that's a real threat to the industry today. So I think it's important to join with the right company, with the right culture and right philosophies in and around that, the right product in and around that. And then up to you as distributors individually to be building your business the right way as well. And the last one that I'll kind of say, and I touched on this a little bit last week, about hype, and I got some pretty good reaction and comments from people around hype. But the way I'll kind of word it, I don't want to use the word saturation, but Me Too. If you're a Me Too company, if you're a Me Too product, everyone's heard it all. The industry's been around a long time. When you were building Avon and when you were building Amway back in the day, there weren't too many people that have heard of network marketing. There wasn't a whole lot of competition. You can count the amount of companies on 2 hands. And so people hadn't heard this philosophy of, working from home, without an office, without staff, without overheads, but you can make a residual income. What, are you serious? Sign me up. This is incredible. I thought I had to work for the next 40 years for this person. I thought I had to go and start a business with an office and $500,000 to get a franchise. No, this thing called network marketing. The biggest threat today is everyone's heard about it. It's another nutrition product from the deep oceans of the sea that I need, and another berry from the Amazon rainforest. I've heard it all before. You can make all this money. I've heard it all before. Hype, Me Too. So the industry's been around a long time now. It's been around over 100 years. People have heard about it. They've heard the word Amway. They've heard network marketing. They've heard make money. Everyone's doing a side gig, and everyone should be doing a side gig if you want to get ahead. But I think people are a little bit immune now to the tactics that amateur network marketers do, inviting them along in an amateur way to a meeting, being too hypey, over-promising. People are over that. And that's a real threat to the industry everywhere if network marketers don't pull their fingers out and become professionals, because it can really, go into a real professional era based on how it's presented, both from owners and also distributors. So they're the 4 biggest threats that I see to the industry today. If you're looking to join a company, try and minimize your risk. Where's a product, where's a company, where's a culture that Amazon's not going to affect me? Where perhaps China or one individual marketplace, if it goes down, is not going to affect me. How can I join a culture and an upline and learn how to be a professional in this industry and find a product line that can't be put on Amazon, that's unique, that people haven't heard before, and build your business in a really professional way. And that comes down to the Me Too, it comes down to the hype, it comes down to be compliant as well. But do your research on who owns the company and the website and how they're pushing it, and you can really minimize your risk. I'm not a big one for trading personally. I mean, I've got shares, I trade, but it's not a really big focus for me. So, a company like iMarkets Live, I have some issues around compliance and how it operates, but it's killing it. It's absolutely killing it with the millennials and the young guys. They had 7,000 people to their event in London last week. And it's trading online. It's Forex, it's crypto, it's learning how to trade. So as I said, you don't have shipping and TGA and all those sort of costs. And so your margins are high. You can go global straight away, put it in all different languages, and you're often racing. Now, there's reasons I don't do that. I think the future of that is questionable. And as I said, I'm just not passionate about it. But a lot of people are. You fix the Amazon thing, you fix a lot of different things. But you want to try and pick a product range that Amazon's not going to affect you. Pick a company that's got good culture, that's got good compliance, that's not reliant on one particular area, and go and build it with a great culture, a great team, and do it in a professional manner. And then this industry and your business and your company will continue to grow, will continue to be around long term, and you can change a lot of lives in this industry. There's no question about that. I've seen it happen if you do it the right way. So let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Let me know if there's any other threats that you see to the industry, and don't write the next coronavirus, because whilst it might not be ideal right now, whilst people might not be traveling right now, there's probably companies that have gone down. There's probably companies that will go under because of it, no question, but that's not because of the virus, that's because they weren't set up in the first place. So it's certainly affecting individual businesses, but it won't affect the industry long term, in my opinion. It'll come and go, and the industry will always be here and be strong. But anything else that you guys can think of that's a big threat, or if you think there's something that I've said that's an absolute non-issue, let us know. Always love a debate. Love seeing what people put in there. But it's really interesting to consider all those things when you're choosing an upline, when you're choosing an ownership, when you're choosing a company, when you're choosing a product, because there's so many incredible products out there. I'll buy my cleaning products from network marketing company any day, my nutrition, my shakes, my weight loss, all from network marketing companies, because the science is there. They're much greater products. I love the company like ASEA, for example. Incredible products. If you haven't looked into their products, go and check them out. But again, for me, everyone's heard the story. It's another Me Too. I have to completely convince somebody why they should have this nutritional product that they've never heard of, and the scientific terms on why it comes from a certain part of the ocean deep down enough that it's going to have this and this and this that's good for them, and then convince them to buy it for double the price that they should be buying it for. So I think that's a tough build. As I said, great products, great company, but it's a tough build. Everyone's heard it, it's Me Too. So you want to be thinking about something where I can just say it and bang, I get it, I've got to have that. Bang, the media's doing the work, I've got to have that. And I'm not a threat, or it's not a threat to me over the long term. So I want something that I can build now. People get it, they want it, they need it. I'm not having to convince them. I can build my business on social media, I can do it on Zoom. Amazon's not a threat to me, and I can do this globally. So I think if you're looking for a long-term business into the future, there's some of the things to consider. You don't want to join a trend. You don't want to join a product that comes and goes. I see it all the time, and sometimes it can come and go in a year, and sometimes it can come and go in 10 years. But what's going to be around 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now? And sometimes it can be the really unsexy stuff. So Think about Amway right now at the moment, right? Toilet paper and dishwashing detergents. Everyone laughs at. But what's the number one product at the moment? Toilet paper, right? So sometimes it can be the everyday average products. And all jokes aside, a Congress that got together of leadership recently talked about the industry going back to the non-hype, the non-binary, back to a uni level with everyday average products, because that's what's going to be sustainable long term, not necessarily this X factor thing. If you can have the best of both worlds of an X factor of something that's always going to be there, then sure, that's a bit of a golden nugget in the industry at the moment. So reach out if you've got any questions on the industry. I love to research it, I love to study it, I love to mastermind with other people in it. Let me know your thoughts around it into the future, and let's keep making this business fantastic. Let's keep pushing it forward. Let's keep making it professional, and let's keep changing lives, because people need it more than ever right now, both financially and from a health perspective, that's for sure. You just got to make sure you go around and do it the right way. Cheers, guys.